Hello, my name is Kevin Batanyan, and I'm here again with another Rubik's Cube video. Today I wanted to talk about a little bit about the history of the Rubik's Cube, and then I want to teach you how to get faster at solving the first two layers. That's what I'm going to emphasize in this video. How to do the first two layers simultaneously is known as the Friedrich method, or simply F2L. Now, what is F2L? Well, let me get started with first a little bit of history. The Rubik's Cube. In the 80s, they hardly had any competitions in the early 80s. Once they did have a competition in Europe where it was invented by Mr. Rubik, he held a competition, and the fastest Rubik's Cube speed solver was at, I have it written down, 22.95 seconds. 22.95 seconds, and he was 16 years old at the time. And this was in 1980. After that, they didn't have that many competitions. So I wanted to talk about how I started the Rubik's Cube, how I got into the Rubik's Cube, and how I learned. Well, first of all, I already told the story, but I learned from a guy named Trung in my art class. But he taught me one layer at a time. Alright? And back in the 80s, when it first came out, they only had books and YouTube wasn't here yet. So in 2005, February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2005, when YouTube came out, we no longer we had the ability to share our thoughts and methods on how we can solve this Rubik's Cube. So there was this lady by the name of Friedrich, and she came up with a method to solve this first two layers. And that's what I'm going to show you today. It's the most popular method and the fastest method to solve the Rubik's Cube. After 1980, they hardly had any more competitions. And then in 2003, this is pre-YouTube days, they had a competition for the first time in a very long time, and this guy by the name of Dan Knights broke the Vietnamese record, or the Vietnamese guy's record. His name is Minh Thai. So Dan Knights, a guy by the name of Dan Knights, beat Minh Thai's record from 1980. And that was in 2003. That's a long time, just 23 years. And his time was 16.71. And then at that same competition, another guy got 16.53. That was in 2003. Now let's go to 2007. And in 2007, the record went to 9.77 seconds. Under 10 seconds. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. Eric Akerdijk. It sounds like he's from Iceland. I'm not sure where he's from, but his record was 9.77 seconds. We'll just call him Eric. Eric A. And then in 2008, now this is now when YouTube got a little bit more popular and more YouTube videos were being published. This guy by the name of Yu Nakajima from Japan, and his videos just were absolutely amazing to watch. He showed a lot of videos, a lot of methods on how he solved his Rubik's Cube, and his record was 8.72 seconds. And just as a side note, 8.72 seconds, he got that in the earlier rounds, and in that same competition he tied that record in the final round, exactly 8.72. So he had it twice in the same day. Then in 2009, Eric A again came back, and then he had the record, and then he beat that record. And then in 2010, Felix Zemdegs. That's a familiar name now, but let's just think back to 2010 now. 2010, Felix Zemdegs had the record for 7 seconds. 7.03 seconds. Just think about how fast you need to turn the cube to solve this cube in 7 seconds. Alright? But the history is not over yet. Be prepared to be amazed. 2012 now. Let's go to 2012. I'm making this video on August 29th, 2017. We're thinking back now to 2012. In 2012, Mats Volk hit 5.55 seconds. I had the opportunity to meet Mats Volk. Mats Volk, you're a nice guy. I met you a year ago, actually, in Portland at the competition. He's from Europe. He's from the Netherlands. 5.55 seconds. And I got all this history from a website called Rubix.com. R-U-W-I-X. The history of Rubik's Cube. I just read the story this morning. It's a really good story. History story. And then Mats Volk held the record for quite some time. We're going to skip now forward to 2015. November 21st, 2015. A guy by the name of Colin Burns beat Mats Volk's record with a time of 5.21 seconds. And then on the same day, in Maryland, in a total different competition, Keaton Ellis, who I saw also in Portland, had beat the record, and he brought the world record time down to 5.09 seconds. A Rubik's Cube solved in 5.09 seconds. And this is 2015. On top of that, he's there with Lucas Etter. And Lucas Etter at Maryland, at the same competition that Keaton Ellis got 5.09 seconds, brings the record to even faster. This is in 2015. He brings the record to 4.90 seconds. And I was able to meet Lucas Etter again in Portland. He won the competition in Portland, by the way. This was 2016, the summer of 2016, in Portland at the North American Championships. The story still doesn't end there. In 2016, December 11th, in Melbourne, Australia, and this is today's record, Felix Zemdegs, now we remember him from 2010, breaking the world record. He comes back and gets the record again with 4.73 seconds. 4.73 seconds. Now, what was interesting is Mats Volk had the new record with 4.74, and then Felix Zemdegs beats him by 1/100th of a second and makes it 4.73. And that is the new world record. That's a little bit of history for you. Amazing history. That is amazing. That's absolutely amazing. That's what YouTube can do. We share ideas all over the world now on how we solve the Rubik's Cube. And that's what I'm going to do today. F2L. Hello. My name again is Kevin Batanyan, and this is part 2 of the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the history of the Rubik's Cube. So today I'm going to be showing you the F2L. F2L stands for the Friedrich method. What is the F2L? The F2L is solving the 2 layers at a time, the bottom 2 layers at a time, or the top 2 layers at a time. But since I do the Rubik's Cube upside down with a white on bottom, and you're solving it this layer, then the middle layer, and then the top layer. Now, why do you need to learn the F2L method? Well, you don't have to. If you want to get faster, you should, because it is the most popular and most effective and the fastest way to solve the Rubik's Cube. The top solvers in the world use this method. Her name was Jessica Friedrich, and she invented it. If you're watching this video and you can already solve the Rubik's Cube in less than 30 seconds, then you don't need to watch this video. This method you'll get down to 30 seconds, maybe faster, maybe 25 seconds. Let's start off with the easiest slot, the easiest setup. If you're solving white, for this example, we're solving white and white's on bottom. Here's the first situation I want to show you. White sticker. If a white sticker is facing you, that's a plus. And if your edge piece is, in this example I'm using red and green, and your edge piece that needs to go in that same slot, what do I mean by slot first of all? I mean right here. This is the slot. The corner piece plus the edge piece. That's what I'm doing. If they are opposite from each other, that is perfect, because this is only going to take 3 moves and you solve both of these at once. Half a second, it's solved. What does that look like slowly? These 2 reds are diagonally matching. That's what I call it, diagonally matching. And then all you gotta do is turn this white corner, the side with this white corner, away from you, and then you'll see these 2 match whatever color you might have. Just turn the top layer together so the whites match here, and then turn it down. Let's do that again. Here, you're in this situation. Red, green, red, green. White sticker was facing you and you turned it to the side so it's on your side. Just turn that side away from you, have that match, and you'll see it, and bring those together and then join. The next situation is if you're here in this situation. Red, green. Now you have your white sticker on the side, so this time what's different? What's different? Look at the cube. It's over here on this side, isn't it? So if you do that same move that I just taught you, this doesn't match. You need this here. But you simply just can't turn it there and then try to match it. This goes away. So what do you have to do this? You have to turn this down, turn this edge piece away from you, so it's going to be opposite, so it's farthest away from you. Then you turn this up, and you see you have your situation. Actually, it should be here. Alright? So that goes in. Let's do that again. Here. Red, green, red, green. This is the white sticker. You need this here. So just save this down here, and this slot that came up can be moved. There's nothing there that you need to keep. So just turn that down, turn the top layer so in the direction so that this edge piece, keep an eye on that edge piece, you want it away from you, then bring that up. So these should be opposites now. Now you have to diagonally turn the bottom 2 layers so you have the middle piece diagonally matching. Then this white sticker is on your side. All you have to do is turn that side so they go across, and you see that situation? It's going in the slot. One more time. That will be the end of this video, and then I'll show you some more on the next video. Here we are again. Red, green, red, green. You can't do that. What are you going to do? You're going to bring this down, turn the top. Which way? Which way I'm going to turn the top? It needs to be on the side farthest away from you. So the edge piece is on the opposite side of you. Bring this white sticker back up, just simply turning the side, and you see the situation. Oh, I had to turn these bottom 2 layers first. Alright. Sorry, I'm used to having it in front of me. Alright, there you go. I hope you like that. How are you going to start practicing that? When you're solving the Rubik's Cube, and in your beginner's method, layer by layer, look for a white sticker that's facing you on the top layer. Alright, just keep practicing. Keep practicing and then watch my next video, alright? Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.